Being joined today by Lenora. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Lenora and Phred, two people from here in Kelowna that have conquered the English Channel. You guys were in the water for 13 plus hours, right? What's that like being? I mean, not consecutively because you were in a group that you swam about an hour intervals. What was it like though, being in the English Channel and swimming?
It was cold. It ranged from 14.6 was the coldest, and then it got to 18 degrees Celsius closer to France.
Okay.
So there were some chilly parts and jellyfish and big freighters. And
Wait a minute, jellyfish. So did you touch one?
I did.
Did you get zapped?
I didn't get zapped in the channel. I got zapped in the harbor when we were training in the week before. But in the channel, I'd stopped for a feed break and was pushing off to start swimming again, and as I kicked my foot, I felt it bounce off like the top of a jellyfish, that just kind of like pillow that I was bouncing off of. So it didn't sting me, but it was hanging out right under my
That's
foot.
a place to touch it though, if it's on top. Anyways, this is jellyfish. We're talking about English channels. Talk about the English Channel and your experience. I mean, how long were you in the water for, and what was it like swimming with these guys?
It was a lot of fun. It was how would I put? I think it was a lot of fun doing it as a team because there's that team camaraderie, and yeah, I think it was interesting just getting to know everyone because one or two of the swimmers I didn't know at all before we started training. The channel itself was a lot of fun, and it was interesting because on the days off where we were just waiting, we'd go do Dover Castle, which is right there, so you'd get to learn a lot about the history of what happened in this area for the last 1,000 or more years. So it was kind of fun to go, okay, look, ships were going across this in war, several hundred years ago, and here we are having fun swimming it.
Having fun. That's the key right there. Now tell me, because you have a window. There's all sorts of rules if you want to swim in the English Channel. And there's a window. You got there when, and when do you actually get in the water and swim?
I think we were all there by the 27th.
Yep.
27th, 28th, and then our window of opportunity was from July 29th to August 6th. We finally got to do our attempt on August 4th, so we spent a week waiting around.
It was just wind. That was the problem. It was too windy for us to go out, so the waves were just too high. So it wasn't like it was pouring rain every day. It was just really windy.
Now, when you were in the water, the biggest challenge, you think?
For me, I'm different than the others because for me I had a phobia of the jellyfish, so that's all I could think about was that I was going to get stung. But I know for other people they had really big waves. I never really got the big waves, so I was lucky that way. And so it kind of depended on the person and their shift, I think.
How about you?
I actually had no fears because I figured we trained, I guess in our training the whole time was train for the worst and expect the best. And so by the time we got to do it, it was actually a lot easier than I'd anticipated. Because of the five of us, I was the only one that never even saw a jellyfish or even got touched by one.
Should have had his shift.
I know.
Even during our training, everyone got stung. I didn't. And one of our swimmers, Tracy, who's a really strong swimmer, that was one of her big phobias, was anything in the water. And sure enough, she hit the one section where it was almost like a video game. The person watching would say, okay, stop, go to breaststroke. Okay, go to your left 6 feet. Okay, sit there. Okay, come to me. Okay, just sit here. Okay, go to the left. Okay, come to me. And would literally steer them because, of course, they can see all the jellyfish coming at her. And of course, she can't. So she's literally steering Tracy through them like a video game. For that must have gone.
Frogger in the English Channel.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
You go all the way over there just to play Frogger. A bunch of jellyfish. So when it's all said and done, when you guys didn't actually get on the beach, it was one of your teammates.
Just one, unfortunately, because it was nighttime.
But what was it like getting out of the water, being part of the team that has just completed the English Channel?
Well, I mean, it was really exciting, and it was a relief after a year and a half of training that we'd done it. And it was actually, for me, it hit earlier than that because we were about 2 hours away, and it was pretty calm, and I just knew we were going to make it. Like, there wasn't any question at that point. And so that was the point where I was really like, oh my God, we did it. Like, we're gonna get there. And so that was really cool.
When you saw your teammate, Diane, run on the beach, was it Diane?
Denise.
No, Denise run on the beach. She completes the English Channel. What goes through your mind?
Well, we actually didn't even get to see her because, like I said, it was pitch black. We got to see two little lights and a big light on her, and going, oh, okay, yeah, there she's made it. The part for me,
screamed. That's how we knew.
Oh, that's right. She screamed. That's right. The part that actually was the most touching for me is that in the place we stayed, Varn Ridge, which is a trailer park, and lots of swimmers go there. They put up a plaque at the end of the year of all the swimmers that have stayed there Their flag, the team name, and all that. But the thing that really, literally teared me up was they raised the Canadian flag, and I've never done anything that warranted raising the flag. And so for me, I'm like, oh my god.
What do you get? Do you get anything other than the satisfaction of completing the jellyfish frogger and the English Channel?
We're all going to get a map of our route.
Okay.
So kind of the exact route that we did in the channel. So
Up
we'll have
and down,
that.
then left and right.
Yeah, exactly.
The jellyfish.
It's like a big S curve, up and then down. Yeah. So we'll have that as our kind of memento of the channel.
And there's a certificate too.
Right.
Right. There's that. So there's a map and a certificate.
Did you do it again?
No.
No.
I would, but in a smaller team.
Okay.
I would.
Did you do it yourself?
Oh yeah. I don't know if I can do it myself. Like, it's a lot of training. I mean, because even if you sit there and think, okay, I'm going to go out and do an 8-hour nonstop swim, you potentially could be out there swimming. I think the longest swim is 28 or 29 hour swim nonstop. And that's just mentally a really tough go. Now, granted, with the solo, they do have rules in which, as a solo, you have to do the very first 2 hours on your own. And then every second hour, you can actually have someone come in and swim with you just as a buddy, just as company, because the big difference between, and we've discussed this before, the big difference between cycling and running is when you're doing long swims, you really do get sensory deprivation, because you're looking at bottomless nothing, and if it's dark, you don't get to talk to anyone. If you stop, you're still swimming. So you really, so it's sensory wise, it's really hard.
Well, guys, congratulations, and I'm glad you're here to tell the tale and no jellyfish got you. Leora and Phred, they have completed the English Channel, and they're from right here in Kelowna.